welcome back to our channel where we provide you with the most accurate, insightful forex forecast. So in today's videos, we'll be diving into the weekly forex forecast. We'll be highlighting the key currency pairs, the major events, and the technical levels to watch for a profitable trading opportunity. My name is Ambafx. So before we go straight into the technical, let's check the economy outlook for the week. There is uncertainty around the US debt ceiling bills last week, so that is what encouraged the US dollar weakness. That is in the first half of the week, that is Monday, Tuesday. So but the strength come back after the debt ceiling talk begin to find its bearings. That is when the US Senate passed the debt ceiling and budget at late Thursday evening, bringing the United States one step closer to avoid a debt ceiling default. So another thing that make our US dollar stronger at the second half of last week is the stronger than expected housing price and the consumer confidence data. So when we are talking about the most focused news last week, the most focused news is from the NFP. That is the focus on the NFP numbers. So there it, and then it comes out better than expected, as you can see it right there. So which gives Fed more reasons to do what? It gave Fed more reason for interest rate cuts with low risk of crashing the economy. So it gives them the reason to cut interest rate, and then with a low risk of crashing the economy. So in the euro, the slower than expected growth, the German recession, and then the credit and inflation data from euro area is the hawkish ECB expectation and drag euro lower against the major currency last week. So you can see that we have euro card selling massively. We have euro USD selling massively. That is you can see that one coming from the weakness coming on Wednesday, Thursday from the euro, and then you can see the euro SND, euro AUD which tracked lower, and then AUD is the most performing currency last week, and then this is as a result of the hawkish statement from the RBA, which make the AUD gain top spot in the currency pairs last week against the major currency. As you can see, we have AUD USD massive movement to the upside. That is AUD USD. We have AUD, we have euro AUD massive movement to the downside. We have AUD Swiss franc massive movement to the upside. So AUD is the strongest currency last week, followed by the United States dollar. So one of the weakest currency last week is the JPY. So in the first half of last week, we saw the JPY strength. So and then I think on Wednesday, the BOJ had an emergency meeting, and then the outcome of the meeting dragged the Japanese yen lower. So I think from Wednesday, Thursday, we have Japanese weakness right there coming to play. We have the Canadian dollar JPY to the upside, which moved to the upside massively. We have the AUD JPY moves upside. Yeah. We have the US JPY move to the upside, and then especially when the US debt ceiling finalized, we have a massive movement on USD JPY. So this week, let's check the economic sentiment of this week, and then what traders are looking to trade. So this week on Sunday, we have the OPEC meeting all day. So don't forget that we might have a jump in price of in the price of the oil. Let's say in the oil chart, we might have jump, we might have a gap. Yeah, so say a gap in the price according to what they finalize. Yeah, so you can watch out for it. You might have a gap there. And then on Monday, we have the CPI, we have the USD ISM manufacturing PMI. So on Tuesday, we have last week we have the hawkish rate from the hawkish statement from the RBA. This week we are waiting for the interest rate hike, so we can have what we call a 25 basis point rate hike here. So from 3.85 we might have 4.0 because there is a rate hike statement last week. So actually they might go for 4.0 or maybe 50 basis points, 4.25. So let's see how they go there. But there is a high probability of having a high interest rate at this particular area, for them to hike the interest rate at this particular area right there. So let's see how it goes right there, because there is no any sentiment or possibility for rate cuts in the AUD. So on which other one we have on Wednesday, we have AUD GDP, and then we have BOC restatement from the Canadian dollar. So there's not much on US dollar except on the ISM manufacturing PMI, okay, ISM service PMI, the unemployment. This week is for the Canadian dollar and the AUD. As you can see, we have the AUD rate statement and then the Canadian dollar unemployment rate and then the employment change right there. So this week I still favor Japanese yen more to the downside, US dollar strength. We should have euro weakness, can still play out, can still continue to play out. AUD strength, especially after the release of this rate statement, which I believe they might release it higher than expected at this particular area, because the expected is the previous is 3.85 and the forecast is 3.85. So they might hike it by 25 basis points. So let's see how it goes right there. So that's a fundamental analysis for the week. So let's dive deep into the technique. So last week, before the debt selling talk, we have the US dollar decline to this back to this level. Then after the debt selling talk has been finalized, then we have a rejection at that particular level right there. So the next level we are looking at is a 105.50 over 49. So that was the next resistance level we are looking at on DSY, which means that the US dollar strength will still continue to play out in the next couple of days or week until 105.500. So this is where the opposite effect might come. You might see a rejection to the downside or a break of this level, but for now you can still see a move to 105.499, 105.50 at that particular level as the US debt selling talk has been finalized. And you can see this bullish candlestick is a large momentum bullish candlestick, as you can see. So actually this is a reversal pattern right here. So I should see a move to 105.49 in the next couple of days or week. So the first pair we want to look at is GBP US dollar. So GBP US dollar, after breaking out of this particular area, so let's just eliminate this. So after breaking out of this level, we have a breakout of this particular strong resistant level at this particular area. So it came for retest, and then we have a rejection at this particular area. So two things you have to watch out for at this area, as we have US dollar strength still playing out. So we might have a move to this side, then a rejection at the trend line to 1.26339, because when the US debt selling talk finalized last week, we have the decline from this particular level. So we might still see continuation to the downside to this level before we see a rejection at that level right there. And the second thing is that we might have a break of this level and then retest and a move to 1.18944. So in any which we keep watching this particular level. This is the level you'll be watching. This level, watch for a bounce at this level or a breakout at that particular level. So if we have a bounce, then we might have a push to 1.26339, then a further breakout might result to the pair going to 1.28609. So but if you have a breakout of this particular level right there, then any retest might drag the pair to 1.18994. So that's what I'm looking at on GBP USD, but you have to wait to get the next direction on that particular pair. So the next pair we want to look at is Euro USD. As we talk about the the lower than expected growth, the credit and inflation data from the euro area, and then the hawkish ECB expectation, which drags the euro lower against the major currency last week. And then as you can see, when they finally finalized the US dollars debt talk, we have a rejection at this particular resistance level, which bring it back to this to inside the box. So what we are looking at right here is as you can see, we have a, let's see the higher picture. So we have a breakout and retest at this particular level. We have a breakout, then we have a retest, then we have a rejection at that level. So if Monday candle closes bearish, because you have to wait for the Monday candle to close bearish before you make your decision, so you might see a move to 1.05441, and then if breakout, then we'll see a subsequent move to 1.02471. But this is invalidated if we have a move above this particular level right there. If we have a Monday candle closes bullish, then this has been invalidated, or you wait if there will be a close, there will still be a close below this particular level right there. But if the Monday candle closes bearish, there is a high probability that we'll have a move to 105.441 in the next couple of days or couple of weeks. Then subsequent breakout will drag the pair to 1.02471. So the next pair, let's go to the next pair. So gold is the next pair right there we want to check at. So if you check gold, if you check the weekly time frame, you will see that there is still a double top, which we are still dealing with at that particular level right there. As you can see, the first touch, the second top, and the third top, and then if you zoom in further, you see the formation of a double top at this particular area. As you can see, we have rejection, then we have rejection. So we have break through this neckline right there, then we have retest and reject at that particular area. So there is a high probability of Monday candle closes below this trend line, because if you check the trend line very well, it is very slopey. So there is a high probability to break this level, then we'll go back to 1812. So but if you check the daily time frame, let's go to the daily time frame. As you can see, this level right here is a very strong level. This level right here is a very strong level. So the bias is go to the downside if this level is not broken. So we will still have good to the downside, because this is the break of the neckline, this is a retest, and this is a rejection, another retest, and then there is a rejection. So there is high probability that we break this level to the downside. So what you'll be looking at here is either there is a rejection at this level, or there is a breakout of this particular level, then we'll see more move to the downside right there at that particular level. As you can see, we have a very strong level here to a very strong support level here to, so you wait for either break of this level or break of this particular level to make your decision whether to go for long or short. So the next pair we want to check is US dollar, Japanese yen. So as we discussed, we'll still have Japanese weakness coming into the coming to play out in the next couple of days or couple of weeks. So what we are having here is let's say we have a double bottom at this particular level, as I highlighted here. If you see, as you can see, as I highlighted it here, then is a double bottom, and then a break of this particular neckline. So subsequently we might still have a move back to retest this area before we see a continuation to the upside. And then the first target is 142.013, while the second is 148.063, and then I think this is the safe zone where the trade will no longer be validated. So checking out the GBP Swiss franc, we can see that we have rejection and subsequent rejection at this particular area. We might still see a move back to 1.10837 level at this particular area on GBP Swiss franc. So let's see how it goes right there. So the next pair I want to check is AUD JPY. As you can see, if the interest rate coming out of the Australian dollar is hike, the hike interest rate from 3.85 to 4.0, we might see a more volatility coming into the AUD pair and drag the PS to 94.853. But for now, you can the news is on Tuesday, so we can still wait. On Monday we might see a retracement coming to play out. Then maybe on Tuesday, after the drop of the AUD interest rate, we might see a more push with volatility to 94.853. and then if they cut the interest rate, which is not likely to happen, we might have a break to the downside with a very large momentum, because market is not actually expecting it. So you might have a significant impact at that particular area right there. So here too we have on the Euro AUD. If we zoom in further, this is daily time frame. If you zoom in further, you'll see that the trend line is slopey, and then we have a breakout at this particular area. You have a slopey trend line and then a breakout with a large momentum candlestick. So but we can still see a retracement coming to play out. Maybe on Monday you might see a retracement here, then maybe a rejection, and then after the AUD interest rate, you might see more move to 1.59038. So this is what I'm looking at right here: a retracement, a rejection, and a move to 1.59039. This is what I'm looking at on Euro AUD right there. So the next pair we want to check is Euro Canadian dollar. So this is one of our best pair last week, where we enter from this particular area. We enter from here, and then we made just like something like 110 to 120 pips from this movement, and then this is where it is going. It's still going to 1.43025. If you watch our the last week weekly forex forecast, we talk about it moving, rejecting from here, and then this is the target. So it will soon hit the target at 1.43025, where the opposite effect actually comes in at this particular level, or we might have a breakout at that particular level right there. So the next thing we want to check is AUD Australian dollar. If you watch this closely, you see that we have a chart pattern at this particular area right there. So we have a rejection here, then coming to test this particular area. So two things might happen. If the interest rate out of the AUD comes out negative, we'll have a very large momentum candlestick to the downside right here. That one is certain. We'll have it right there. It's very certain. But if we have the news coming out above expectation, then we should have AUD USD breaking this level, and then we test this level. Maybe we might have a breakout to 0.6783. But at this level right there, as we have the US dollar strength, I believe that we might have a rejection at this particular area. If you check this out, we might have a rejection to the downside at this particular area. So let's see how it goes right there on AUD USD. It's good to wait, so wait and finalize the next movement on the price. So the last forecast for today is AUD Swiss franc. So AUD Swiss franc, last week we saw a bounce at this particular area, which makes it from what we call the double bottom at this particular area. So we are looking for a break of this neckline, a retest, and a move to 0.62258. That is you wait for the result of the rates, the interest rate result on Tuesday before you make your entry, or before you enter that particular level. But this is what I'm looking at, what is likely to happen right there. So we have a double bottom here, then we should wait for a break of this neckline, a retest, and a move to 0.62258. Alright guys, this is the weekly forex forecast, and these are based on my own analysis, and then it's not anyway a financial advice. So we have the link of the broker in the description box, the legit verified broker you can register, and the link of the legit and verified prop firm you can register in the description box. Just click on it and then register the one you like out of the two, and then our brokers are very regulated and then are legit with tight spread. So thank you guys for watching to the end. So if you are new to this channel, please click on like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to share your opinion on the individual currency or the one you are willing to take, and then the reason why you are willing to buy or sell that particular currency. So see you guys next week. Take care. Don't forget to trade safely.